Hello friends, how are we? Welcome. What's going on? Let me turn my light on. Oh. I don't really know what it does, but you know, you bought it, you might as well use it, right? Hi, welcome, hello. So the world's gone to hell, hey? That's exciting. Let's watch some trains. Yeah. I don't know. Let's have a look at what has happened. Yeah. Let's start again. Let's have a look at what has happened since you last joined us. Hello, Scott. Welcome aboard. What did I do this week? So I guess we start with a little mea culpa. I was wrong. I got rid of the pan tool. It was terrible. The pointer tool is absolutely the way to go in order to pan and to switch switches and to switch tracks. Hello, Declan. Welcome. So the way you change tracks is, you'll never guess, the track tool, which makes a lot of sense. So yeah, you can do this. I think that might be a bug. It is a bug. God. Yeah, okay, so there's a couple of little bugs, never mind. But yeah, I really like how this works with the changing of the tracks and stuff. Spoke too soon. No, it still looks good. It just, if you're not using the mouse, it's hard to see what the bugs are. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a few little bugs around. What I wanted is for this UI to be essentially a modal dialog box. And so if I mouse out now, it goes away, which works. If I open it up again, if I click somewhere else, that click is ignored. If I open it up again, click over here, though, that click isn't ignored. So there's a bunch of code, and yeah, there's just some little bugs. Like I think it's going to ignore this click. Oh, no, yeah, so maybe it processed it, then ignored it. I don't know. But it's getting there. The hard work was in allowing this drawing to still work, but then also the clicking. And anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's what I have done. Basically neatened up the work that happened last week. There is still, however, a little bit of a, I don't know whether to say problem, but there's a less than ideal thing that I would like to fix. So if we do this, right, excuse me, we can swap between these two tracks, these two forms of this track by clicking, which is cool. But what we can't do is do the same thing with this new tool that we have to select a track. So that would be cool. And then the other problem is essentially what happens when I change this to a signal, or even possibly a track. Yeah. So see how they disconnected? That's because it removes the track and it puts in a new one, and then it calculates the position or whatever. Basically what's happening is, if we have a look at the factories for things, so we have these two methods now. One tries to create an entity as part of automatic drawing of a track. So signals never get automatically drawn. And then if we look in track, if we look in track factory, this one says, hey, if we're not on water, then yeah, just return a new track. So this factory is producing a thing, but it's not producing it in the right state. All of that state gets decided sort of as part of adding, and that's a bit wonky. And then we have this other method, which is get possible replacements. And again, at this point, it's kind of dumb. So this one is just saying, yeah, I don't know, it's a track, you can have a track. Whereas really that should be, okay, have a look at what's around, return only the specific types of tracks that would fit into this pattern, so it could join up there and it could blah, blah, blah. basically all of that logic that, again, happens when you add the track. In the signal case, this is a little bit better because this is actually setting directions and signal states and things. So this one's a little bit better, but it's, well, actually, yeah, this one might be perfect. I think this might be all this needs to do, because so the one little easy cheat essentially with this get replacements thing is that you're always replacing an existing track. So this can just say, hey, if the existing track is horizontal, then I know I want to be horizontal. Well, essentially, I know I want to be the same direction. So it doesn't have to do any complex calculations. So what has to happen is these methods in Track Factory need to have all of the smarts of that code that works out what direction to have. And then what I think needs to happen is those T intersections and probably the crossway as well need to be different, different types of tracks, or possibly just different factories. That's the end goal. Well, there's only one spam message, but it's okay. Yeah, that's the end goal. I honestly don't know if I can be bothered and when I can be bothered to do this, because it's so much work. Like, all of this code in, oh no, where is it? It's in Track. All of this code in here, no, not in here, so in this method, this get best track direction, like all of this code needs to be moved. And it's not like a lot of code, but it has to be moved, but also rewritten to work completely differently. So this code works, it only works because the track has been added to the board already, and the new code has to work without it being added to the board. So I don't know what the best way to tackle that is. And I don't know what we should do. So that's one. Let's see, what else was I? Oh yes, so the other thing that I was going to do, or that's a possibility for today, is I would like this to remember zoom and pan positions, which it doesn't do. And also it currently is serializing the whole terrain, like individually, each little element, rather than just the seed and regenerating. So I could maybe do that, but that is going to run into a problem with the DI, where we're going to end up with a circular reference. So I could change the source generator DI thingy to not have circular references, like use lazies, but I don't know, that maybe is not possible. What I'm saying is today has been a complete shambles and I have no idea what I'm doing, but yeah, I'll do something. Let's see, let's start by seeing if we can fix that bug that we found. And if you have any suggestions, dear viewer, please do let me know. So what are we doing here? It was, well, let's just making DI solve for circular references. Well, no, so not making the DI solve for them, but making the DI, yeah, well, allow for them. Is that an anti-pattern? So, okay, let me explain why it's anti-pattern. Sorry, that's not what I... Let me explain why it's an issue. So, in order to save the, say the zoom or the pan, right, we need to save the pixel mapper, which means we need to load the pixel mapper, which makes sense. So the pixel mapper needs to be passed as a parameter with a pattern. For passing method and setting fields. Sorry, I'm not sure. Then setting fields. So what I was thinking was that the pixel mapper and the track layout and the terrain layout could implement, you know, I need to be saved, right, as an interface. And then you would have the something, the game state manager, the serializer, I don't know, those names are hard, right? But you'd have something go through all the things that want to be saved, and basically when you close the game, it would say, okay, go save stuff. And when you load the game, it would say, okay, load stuff. But then what happens is, so the terrain needs to know the size of the game board, which it needs to get from the pixel mapper. But the pixel mapper needs to load itself, so that has to happen first, which maybe is okay, but I don't know, that's, you know, questionable. And then what was it? It was like, I can't even remember. I started doing this on the weekend. I just ran into this problem of circular references. It was something, oh no, that's right. It's, I think the game board. Yeah, sorry. So the terrain needs to know how big it is, and the game board has the size, but the game board needs to know the terrain because, well, actually maybe that's the problem. Maybe the game board doesn't need to know the terrain. The DI calls load save. No, so I wasn't thinking the DI would cause load save. So I think the game, like the Windows app, would call save and load. The DI, I was thinking the DI would just essentially allow for there to be circular references. So for example, let's see if I can demonstrate this. No, I don't. Why am I in the codec? I don't want the codec. In the game board, we have a terrain map, which is fine because the game board needs to know about the terrain map, but it only needs to know about them for the clear all function. Now, okay, I guess, yeah, clear all just doesn't need to be on game board. That's probably all it is, and it is probably an anti-pattern. Then yes, the layering is wrong, but let's continue for argument's sake. So the game board has the terrain map, right? And then the terrain map potentially wants the game board. As long as these things aren't needed in the constructor itself. So like see here, the game loop timer, that's actually used in the constructor. But the things that aren't used in the constructor though, we can just have a lazy. And we can just basically say down here, we go terrain map .value.reset. And then that totally works. The fact that it's a circular reference doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. I guess, well, I'm not against the idea of using lazies. I don't think that's necessarily a bad pattern. I could be wrong. I could be convinced to be wrong. But to me, the reason it's a circular reference is not necessarily a design issue. It's just the fact of I want to use constructors, right? And I mean, I could change that and say, well, I'm going to have property injection, and then I'm going to have everything have an initialize method that they have to implement or something like, and then the DI will just set all the properties and then call initialize in order. Like you could totally sort of work around it. But because I'm using constructors, I can't. So I feel like it's not necessarily a DI issue so much as an implementation of how I'm doing DI. But having said that, I'm happy to wait to be forced. And yeah, if doing it in this, yeah, certainly the game board needs to be slow. But like, well, even this initialize method, like I don't like this initialize method, right? You know, I mean, yeah, this clear all. See, clear all is so weird because clear all clears a number of things, and it's like, well, where does that live? Does that live anywhere? You know, let's pretend that each of these things serialize themselves and deserialize themselves. Well, if you can't deserialize the train, how does the layout know that? Does it matter? Maybe it doesn't matter. But if you can't deserialize the terrain, then you definitely don't want to deserialize the layout. So you need something that knows, nah, shit's gone wrong, call clear all, but what's clear all, right? So I don't know, it's a bit weird. Ever since a certain deployment system used property injection, the mess that happened there, I swore never use again. I'm possibly having a very bad memory. Deployment system. Wait, deployment. No, I don't remember. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the specifics. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm not in general, I'm not a fan of property injection as a rule. So I don't disagree there. Yeah, look, I don't know. Maybe we should do some mindless refactoring and just clean up game board today. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm so scattered. This bloody thing that's happening right now that I will not mention. And then there's just so many little paper cuts, like the seed. I want a game seed, you know. There's so much stuff to do. Let me see if I can fix this bug with the UI. That'll be, but we'll find out. So let's track this down. So we click there. That's right, and then no, that's right too. Oh, that's. And now I can't reproduce this bug. Oh, I think I got it. Nope. That's gone away. Nope. So, okay. The problem with UI frameworks or UI in general is so there's a bug where when the mouse moves, things go away. Debugging mouse movements is really annoying. Let me try though. So this, if we're not collapsed and X is within our panel, so this should only fire at the right opportunity, but let's see. Yeah, maybe I should just do some refactoring. It's probably long overdue. I think game is probably also due for refactoring. Maybe make train storage its own thing. Actually, I've got a train manager. Maybe train manager can just have all the trains on it. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, yeah. So this is going to annoy me. Yep. So this is why debugging UI things is hard, because it's basically impossible. I guess I only need to do it if we're auto closing. And then if the mouse has been within, it's going to return. Yeah, that looks okay. All right, let's try this. So track, click. Oh, is it a, oh, I think I worked it out. When I click, what's the bet when I click? What's the bet? It never sets it to false. Nope. Whoa. Okay. Oh, yeah, no, that'd be it. Yeah, okay. We can do this. No, 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 not false. Oh, actually. Yeah, why not? False makes sense. Might as well start off unknown. That was a weird noise. I apologize. Okay. Track. Ah, that's better. Okay, that works. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so this clicking there should ideally look and say, right, there's a track there, there's a track there, and there's a track below me. So I can be either horizontal or left down upright or whatever. And then the other thing that I want to do is introduce the new type of T intersection. Maybe I should do that. Maybe start on that? I don't like starting on things I'm not going to finish, but I don't know. I really don't know what I'm in the mood for today. So get possible replacements. All right, tell you what, let's see how we go. let's start on... I could store the terrain seed. You're right. But then so much of that stuff is still managed by game board, so maybe that needs to be refactored first. Or maybe it can't be refactored till after. I don't know. I'm going to do this. Let's see if this works. I'm going to create a T intersection I entity for non-entity. I will not be creating such a class. No. So this is a static entity factory of track. Now, I don't know if you're allowed to have multiples of these. We will see. And I'm going to do that. Let's see what happens. So, okay, so we have a track and we know it's on a layout. So we can call get all neighbors. And we can basically say if there are more than 3 neighbors. No, okay, let's do this. So if there are less than 3 neighbors, then no, it's a enumerable, so we're not returning false. What do I do? Oh yeah, no, you're broke. Can do that. Okay. If there's less than 3 neighbors, we're never going to want to be a T intersection. Fine. So how do we do this? Should we go if neighbors dot... I guess we just have to check every possible thing. Pretty much. Alright, let's go with has the... No, which let's go with... What's a nice method name for this? I want a helper method that's going to check all these for null. If are all present neighbors set up, left and right, for example. So if those 3 are present, then we will return a new track with a direction of left, what is it, left up, right up. Yeah, that makes sense. And then it's just a bunch of code, which is kind of going to be annoying to write. This can be static, and this can return up. It's not null, and left is not null, and right is not null. So that's easy. This code is annoyingly long. But it's a yield return, so I can't yield return null. Yeah, I don't really have a choice there, I don't think. I mean, there's only 4 combinations, so that's not the worst thing in the world. Let's just fix this up. Ooh, I've just thought of an even quicker way to do this. I can go track 1, track 2, track 3. Doesn't make one up. Fancy. It's a pity you don't have an enum of directions as flags. The mapping. Yeah, I mean, so I've always said that track direction is not long for this world, and it'll be interesting to see whether that is backed up. But essentially, this is creating a factory that will return T intersection tracks, but they're still just tracks. But once all of the factories exist that create these, so well, essentially this one and the cross track, right? Then I can create a new track type and then basically get rid of direction and you know, they can be booleans, they could be flags, they could be an integer, like, you know, whatever. That's sort of where I'd like to go eventually. So up, left, right. Let's go with up, left, down. So that's left, up, left, down. Let's go up, right, down. Oh God. My kingdom for a truth table. Right, up, right, down. Yes, and then we go up. Wait, up, left, right. Up, left, down, right, up, down, and so that's right, left, down. Okay, right, left, down. Got it. Oi, okay, that is the 4 directions, correct? I think that's right. And if it's a 4-way possible thing, then they'll all be there, and that's great. Okay, let's see if this. Oh, what typo on line 31? Is that what you're saying? Left, down, left, up. Oh, yes, that is, thank you very much. That is right, down, left, down. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's just click on these to make sure they're unique. They are. And we'll just run this again. Thanks, Scott. Okay. Moment of truth. Whoops. Nope. That's drawing tracks. Moment of truth. So when I click here, I should be offered the intersection. Oh, wow. That didn't work. Interesting. Oh, I know why. PVS Studio. Replace you with PVS Studio. I know why. It's because this check is wrong. This is absolutely not what that does. This is or, not and. I'm an idiot. Okay, track is not null, and two is not null, and should I leave one as a traditional null check? You know, I hate that that doesn't line up. I really wish there was a way to, like, make that line up. I guess there... Oh, I guess I could do this form. Now that line up. That's not bad. Not bad. Actually, that's a very good point. Yes, PVS Studio would be good. I'm sure it would find some horrible things, especially... Well, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there are essentially known redundancies in some of the track positioning code, but I'm actually okay with that now while I'm in the process of refactoring. I'm like, that's fine, we'll leave that. So that's correct, which is awesome. Oh, I need the alternate state as well. But is this going to work? Oh, it worked. Oh, and I can click there. Okay, that's what I want. All right, that's cool. Okay, so firstly I need to duplicate all of these, which is kind of annoying. There must be a way to make this code better, right? Yeah, actually there is. I can just return a list, and I can build up a list and then filter it for null. Yeah. So actually, the other thing to do eventually with this is alternate state can also go away now as well, because alternate state is, well, maybe hopefully eventually becomes a bit more private to just this type of track. Okay, so that works. So let's, you know what? We're on a roll. Let's copy this. And we'll make a cross-track factory. And this is 4. So this is the easiest one. Probably should have started with this. And let's just fix up this. So here we can go. So if the no, it still needs the neighbors check, doesn't it? Yeah, we always need the neighbors check. But that's okay. So entity left is was it neighbors? What the? Oh, what am I doing? Wrong method. This one. Ooh, the water check. Oh, now that's interesting. I need that water check on the T intersections as well, except not because bridges. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. I'll worry about that later. So if left is not null and right is not null, then horizontal. This is easy enough. I don't think we need a helper method. Nope. Up. Can't up. All right. Yeah, that works. Okay. I guess I could actually leave this. I still would like to have the more smarts in create entity, but I mean this should technically work. So click there. Oh, look at that. Alternate states. That's awesome. Or I can make it horizontal. Ooh, that doesn't work. Oh, that's interesting. Wonder why that doesn't work. I can make that vertical. That's cool. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's a problem. So I can't make a track horizontal because I'm checking for both sides. Ooh. Yeah, happiness. Well, so I'm using get all neighbors so that I'm explicitly ignoring happiness because, of course, this can be a three-way track. It just means it'll change the neighbor. But I think it's this. I think it's the... That was unexpected. Yep. Yeah, so that's setting it to a different track. And then ignoring it. I think it's just because it's then going through that set best track direction, which again needs to go. But yeah, no, I definitely want to ignore happiness because, well, like there. Okay, so let me do this and okay, and then that. Whoa! I mean that's right. That can be any one of these tracks. That's a long list, and if you add in the other alternate type of T intersection, that's an even longer list. None of this works, of course. Ooh. So the only one that actually changes anything is if you press cross, it does something else, and then you press anything else and it goes back to cross. And this is just screwed. Yeah, this is working great. And then, oh, see, now this, So this is interesting. Maybe, should we offer horizontal here at all? Because, I mean, strictly speaking, if we're offering horizontal, we should also offer horizontal signals, right? Maybe we should only check happiness, and you can only change between valid states. That means cross would never be offered. Nah, that doesn't make sense. Actually, that doesn't make sense because then this would only offer the exact same things as just cycling through with these. You feel like it should be horizontal before converting to a signal. I mean, that's true. Yeah, I mean, that's totally plausible too. If neither up, down, left, or right, then just horizontal. Yeah, well, so that won't happen. So because you can only click on an existing track, you never see this screen for like a blank one, obviously creates a new track. But yes, you're right. Horizontal should pretty much always be offered. Yeah. Well, essentially that's changing these ores. And I guess, so if you click on a track with no neighbors, then yeah, we should offer horizontal only. But if that's the only one, then it doesn't matter because there's only one. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, I'm just not sure. There's so many options for a track if you offer them all and they're all willing to change. That makes it very interesting. So that can be horizontal, that's great. That's right. That can be vertical. Yeah, that can be vertical. See, I don't know. That feels a little iffy on that one. It's only looking at happy neighbors. Yeah, then it would only show those two. No, yeah, I do think this tool needs to ignore happiness. Otherwise, there's no point of being there. Group by columns, all Y's in one column, all straights in another. That's not difficult to do. That's actually not, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's try that. That's essentially what you're saying there is, well, grouped in columns or rows. So grouped in rows is easy. I can group by rows by making this a list buttons, and then yep, it's a new list, and then okay, so what do we do here? We're going with the buttons clear. We do this. We do whoops, that. And we go and this is okay, inner width. Maximum buttons. Visible is multi buttons. Then 0, I suppose. Do we want to add? No. Okay, if there's more than one multi-button and the first multi-button... Oh no, can I not tell how many buttons there are? No, I can't. Alright. If there's more than one button or the maximum number of buttons is greater than one, that'll do it. That'll do it. Okay, and then this dot inner height is multi-buttons times 40. Don't alt the multi-button if there are none. Oh yes, if there are none, of course. Sorry. I was thinking if there was only one option, but you could have 3 different types with one option, so yep. And then we go for each. which convert all of these to handle this. If button the thingy, then we break and render. We do the same thing. And I guess here we have to go translate. Oh, and actually up here we need to go x minus equals 40. All right, let's see if that works. I'm cautiously optimistic. Okay, so track and plonk. Almost, but no. If I draw a track there. Alright, that didn't work. Oh, I'm translating the wrong way. And I'm also doing the mouse click wrong. That should be Y. Okay. Yes, it is translating on X and Y. That's right. Great minds think alike, but I have the benefit of a delayed chat. Or possibly you're quicker than me, but I have the benefit of a delayed chat. Yeah, that's not bad. It's a large screen, and it's not centered anymore for some reason. Oh no, it is. Yes, no, it's still centered. Okay, good. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I could get used to that. That feels so weird. I totally get why it's there, but it feels so weird. I mean, essentially this is saying that every single track you place down can be something else. Which is not wrong. Just seems weird. All right. And actually, do you know what else it can be? Should there be like a bulldoze option for erase? I could really get behind that, because sometimes swapping to the eraser tool, if you've buggered it up, is quite annoying. There's no tree selection panel. Eventually we'll want that. And that would have erase as well. And I guess therefore, even so this currently does, oh, it does do something. Okay, this, oh yeah, that can still be a signal. Okay, so we're always showing, that's interesting. So if that's a signal, oh, now I can't get back to horizontal. So we always need to show horizontal. Oh man, this is erase tool for mass remove or single remove by the menu. Yeah, that makes sense. So we need to show horizontal here. I'm now wondering if signal shouldn't just always be there, because it's going to be its own row anyway. And like here, it just gets weird. Can I, if I make that vertical? No, it goes back to horizontal. The menu says rocks and flowers. Yes, well, it does. My chief graphic designer needs to draw a rock and a flower first. But yes, actually, I should probably just do rocks by copying the tree code and just using grey as the color. All right. Did that work? I didn't actually test these buttons, but I'm pretty confident that works. Yeah. Okay, so we need in Track Factory, we need to always do horizontal. That makes sense. In Signal Factory, we need to check neighbors. Yeah, okay, so same as Track Factory. So we don't actually care what the current direction is, we just care if up and down. Oh, can we do this just based off count? No, because we need to know which direction. Okay, so an up is not down of things, so these are all vertical. And then we need to copy all this code again. Ugh, this is a lot of code. This is where PVS Studio starts to say to you, you could do better than this. Okay, so then signal. All right, so that's cool. Cross is cool. I should probably put some kind of order on these so cross appears at the bottom or something. All right, I think this is working. Let's give it a test. Let's give it a test. Actually, the other thing is this is a track selection panel. So if tree selection needs to be exactly the same, then this needs to be an iStatic entity selection. And then now this needs to become an iStatic entity factory of question mark. Yeah, maybe I think that could be solved with inheritance. Okay, so let's, my thing's not working. Oh, there we go. Let's put another track there. Okay, so this, oh yeah, no, that's right. Oh, that looks so weird. Okay, that could be a signal. How? What? Yep. What does toggling do? Oh god, it changes the signals. That's hilarious. Oh dear, that's hilarious. Okay, back to across. Well, it's just a normal track. Yeah, okay, so the track changing is definitely an issue, but that's okay. I know that's an issue. That's kind of funny. Okay, but that works. That's so weird. I feel like this needs to come with a little bit of explanatory text at the bottom that says, I know it's weird that you're seeing 6 different options for signals here, but let me explain. Yeah, that's all right. I don't mind it. It's okay-ish. It would certainly be, it's better than the alternative. Like the alternative is, okay, well, we don't show vertical here, we only show horizontal, but then you just end up having to draw a track here in order to get the vertical to show, and that's not nice either. So, yeah. All right. So we need an eraser. And I guess eraser always shows, and it's always going to show last. And this is probably where we need to find a font awesome button for an eraser. Which is in SVGs and in solid and eraser. What does this look like? Yeah, it'll do. I'm not fussy. Alrighty, so where are we putting that? We are putting it in here, and here, and here, and here, and eraser. Cool. And so, if we have a look, is it there? It is, good. And I need to add it as a picture. For rendering extensions. Oh, it's already there. I love source generators. They're so cool. Okay. So that's still fine. And then here we just go multi-buttons, add new picture button. So, picture size. Ooh, I don't know. How big are these? 40. Excellent. Just gonna hardcode the number 40 again. It's never active, and on click is. Can I generate a method? Raise. No, how does this work? Is active on click. Oh, okay. I'll erase, go this, and I go erase. And I pass in the column and the row, I guess. I think. Something about delegates and methods that always does my head in. Nope. Hello. Target one can convert from picture button to multi-button. No, that makes sense. What am I doing there? Oh, that's right. New multi-button. No. This can just be a list of buttons. Doesn't have to be multi-buttons. What? Really? Really? There's no remove? Okay. I'll add a remove button. Oh dear. This is not what I expected. Oh, I want to set transparent background to true, apparently. Transparent background equals track. Right, let's generate. What? What? Yes, it doesn't create. Why is that? That's so weird. That's so weird. I don't understand what that means. It's just on the wrong thing. Okay. Oh, that's. Is that not even an I? Oh yeah, no, that's right. That is the filtered one. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me, we should have an eraser. I guess I can get rid of this. In fact, I need to get rid of this because we always want to show the eraser. Makes sense. Wow, when is this called? Grab out of a track. Yeah. Okay. Oh, fine, I'll just do that. Don't think straight. See? Okay. So, track, and I don't want that. Whoa! Yep, that's an erase button. Is it just me or did it not work the first time? Oh no, it works. Okay, how to erase buttons? I mean, how to, what, why, what? That, the height is wrong. It's half the height. That's so weird. All right, what have I done there? I've forgotten where it's. Here it is. Picture button. Its size is 40. We draw the picture size. Oh, I probably want that picture size to be slightly smaller. Oh, what's the bet? That's a multi-button. Yeah. Okay, see that's a little dodge. So the way this works with build mode is this is a multi-button, which is 34 pixels for each button. But then we tell the button to render at the picture to render at 20. So we need to do a similar trick here, I guess. We do a multi-button 40 with a picture button at 34. And we want the picture button to be transparent. So that's there. This feels dodgier than dodge, but my controls, they're not so good. Okay, so track. That looks better. It's still quite bold, but that's only because it's being compared to tracks. That's quite nice. Oh, that needs to appear on top if it's down the bottom. Huh. Yeah, that's not bad. I like that. It could be smaller. It should be smaller. It stands out a bit much. Make it really small. Yeah, that's not bad. I'm a bit of a fan. Track, click. Yeah, that'll do. Subtle. You don't want to click on it accidentally. Oops, I just clicked on it accidentally. Oh dear. Okay, cool. Alright, so we need some ordering on some things. So track factory. It's going to be first. And then we're going to have T intersections, I think. It's going to be second. And then crosses. And then signals. Oh, which is already order 1,000, but that's okay. That was order 1,000 for a completely different reason. Oh, actually, is it? Yeah, no, that's okay, because none of these... Yeah, that was so that the signals didn't automatically get drawn, but that's not an issue anymore, because they now just return null. Cool. I think there. And yes, that is the order I prescribed. Awesome. I've just had a thought. Corner tracks are not being offered. So I need to add some more cases to my wonderful, glorious if statements. Ah dear. Corner thing should absolutely be offered. Right, so that would be in Track Factory. And that would be... Now this one, no, we are going to do this one with ends. So up, left, right, and then the two downs. Ah dear. Okay, so this is that. At least this one's easy to work out the directions for. Down. Okay. See if this works. Oh, so now on a cross track we're gonna get offered even more again. Whoops, wrong monitor. So I get offered the right thing there, that's cool. That kind of works. That, whoa, that's that's so weird. Look at that. You click there, it's like, I'd like that to be a corner. It's like, okay. And then the other one, which was before. I mean, I'm guessing. Yeah, no, so I don't need to guess. This, yeah, so this is one. Okay, so here, I get every option because it is surrounded by tracks, which does make sense. It just kind of seems weird. And these options, there's going to be another option, so there's another 4 options here that's going to come. But if I make this a corner, Like, what would you expect to happen here? This is my problem. Would you expect it to change this track, even though this one is happy? Or does it not, and it just leaves this corner that doesn't go anywhere? See, now we have a corner that doesn't go anywhere, which we don't have before. And the problem with that is, which I can't do, but I bet you the game doesn't handle that. I bet you the train goes to that corner and then it jumps onto this track, which is obviously not right. I kind of like that there's no way to get invalid tracks at the moment. But I guess, well, actually, maybe all that means is that these ones and the corner ones have to check for happiness. But there's no reason these have to check for happiness. Well, actually, what does happen? If I go there, can I do this? Track. I'll put a track there. And no, I don't want that. Okay. So if I put a track there, if I put a train on here. No, okay, it does stop. Well, so maybe we are checking connectedness. Yeah, I guess. Well, you know what? There's only one way to find out. You know what's a good way to find out? Ooh, that's tricky. Okay, hang on a second. What train is this? This is the diagnostic session. Okay, let's see if we can't be dodgy. Data. Let's see if we can't manually change this. So we'd be on row 2. Is this in order of placement? Diagnostic session. Oh, it's on row 1. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of trains. No, this is way harder than I thought to be dodgy. Alright, let's do this. So, in our track selection, we call set. Set calls remove, then add. Is it 19? Is that a guess, or are you? Did you count? I mean, I can just change it, I guess. Nope, not 19. Oh, let's count. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, no, I need the grid. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It is 19. Oh, sorry. That was the empty space. Yes, right. It's not there. Yes. You're right. Okay. Oh, so was it in? No, it's not in any reasonable order. Oh, is it in column order? Anyway. All right, so what do we want to do here? We want to change this to what? If I change that to a corner, what does that prove? No, I want to change... Okay, I want to put a track here and here. Oh, I can use my new erase tool. No. Urgh. I want two tracks next to each other. Okay, never mind. Actually, no, I can do this. Where is that? And where's that? And erase that. Oh, my erase is not working. I need the erase tool because that's supposed to erase the train as well. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make these two vertical. I'm gonna make this one corner. And I'm gonna make it left down. So they won't connect, but we'll see what a train does. I have a new idea. I have a new idea. Okay. We are going to draw one track here. One track here. We're going to... Oh, that's just always going to join up. Okay. Fine. We're going to do that. And I will change this to be a corner. Yeah, and we'll see what happens. And actually, just to make it even easier on myself, let's put it right in the corner. So we're going to change 0, 1, 2. All right, so column 2, row 1, we're going to make this left up. Okay, and then now we put a train here. Ah, it works. I guess that's good enough. It looks weird, but it's not invalid. The train doesn't magically jump to the next thing. Train going the other way. That works. Train going that way. Yeah, I mean, that's good enough. All right, fine. New rule, you're allowed to make invalid tracks. Okay, so what we need to do then is we need to fix this set. And essentially, I'm just going to have this happen. Whoa, I did not mean to do that. Apologies. Now I need to find... Oh, what the... Uh-oh. What on earth just happened? Hang on. I am... Hey! I switched to a different desktop. That was weird. What did you see? I was very confused because it looked like none of my apps were running, and I clicked Visual Studio to switch back to it, like, because I thought it was minimized, and it said I'm already running. I'm like, okay, hang on. Hopefully the stream didn't go blank. I don't know. Did it? No, it wouldn't have gone blank. Did you just work just normal? You can still see Visual Studio? Oh, the other desktop. Okay, so you were less confused than I was. That's good. Okay, so we need a new set, right? That was very, I didn't even know, like, I'm used to accidentally hitting Windows D. Must be like Windows Shift D to add a new desktop or something. Anyway, we are going to add a void set. There. And then we are going to implement it. Oh, there's a test class, damn it. We're going to implement it right here. So this is just going to add without doing any calculations, which is interesting. So what do we want to do? We want to do essentially this. Store entity created. Okay, I think that's the thing. Yeah, one of these two is what is what sets all of the... Yeah, so created and updated. Okay, so as long as we don't call created and updated, which is dodgy as all hell, but let's do it anyway. Think this will work. Let's see. I should have, for that 2 lines of code, I should have done that ages ago, and it would have been much easier than futzing with that bloody file. I don't know why I thought that would be difficult. I thought I'd have to like pass parameters and say, no, don't calculate things. And this updated thing maybe needs to go as well. I don't know. Okay, so, well, I guess we can just do it here. Wow, that's over there. That's a surprise. Oh, there we go, we're fixed. Okay. No, whoa. What the? Wow, that's such a weird bug. Oh, I think I know what that is too. If I'm too far over to the left, it's appearing over there. I think that's to do with the docking code. Because it's like, well, if you're that far off the left, because all of these panels are, you know, off the left. That's very strange. Okay, so we go here, change direct. Oh, and then that's, why did that what the? Okay, so that recalculated, but when I set it to this, it doesn't. Oh no, okay. Oh, that's so weird. What is happening there? Add the entities. We're not calling created or updated. Oh, I'm not calling collection changed either. That's probably a problem. Okay, let's just debug this. Because I do not understand. Oh, remove. Does remove call? Equals removed. All right, I'm gonna do the remove manually. Okay, that should do it. I'm so confident I'm not going to debug. Just because I always get it wrong. Oh dear. Alright, so now we can really make some wacky tracks. So I want to make that one go down. I want to make that one go sideways. Yeah, okay. If I draw, we're all going to snap together. But at any point, I can change any one of these and nothing magical happens. I think that's what I want. And in fact, here, so I can change that to it. That's cool. Oh, actually, now interestingly, oh, happiness. Oh, see, we need this one to be not happy and this one to be happy. And see, this should be happy as well, because what should happen, so if I have a loop here and I draw underneath it, it doesn't change what's above it. But if I draw here, it's going to change that because that wasn't happy. Oh, that's really annoying. So I need these things to cause their neighbors to reevaluate their happiness, but not reevaluate anything else. It's so annoying. Actually, I can fix that easily. This. That should have made a curve. Anyway, the rest of this is working well. So yeah. I mean, like, this is a bit weird that I can do this. Oh, found a bug. And I don't know where my train's gone. Sometimes I hate tunnels. Okay, that's stopped. That's fine. Go. So this, okay, so that went through to there. Oh, so that means we're not checking connectedness. So you know what that means? I think the only reason it stopped. So when I do this and I change one of these to a corner, I think the only reason it stops is because this track doesn't know how to deal with a train approaching from that angle. So we don't actually check connectedness. Oh, okay, so we need to fix that bug. That's a Right, that's an actual change in train movement code, which scares me so much. Oh boy, does that scare me. Yeah. Yeah, that scares me. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, one thing we can do is we can do this. Here and here and here, here and here, and here and here. We know that all of these are happy. We know that this is happy. In our signal, whoops, signal factory, we know that happy is equal to, no, it's not. Okay. Oops. And up. Okay. An interesting question for you, Mr. Scott. So, layering. If train, like, okay, if Game Board shouldn't own trains and Game Board shouldn't own tracks, right? They should own each other. That's cool. See this erase here? This needs to erase trains and tracks, which is exactly what the eraser tool does, which is kind of annoying because it would be really nice for, right? And if you're removing the current train, then we have to reset. All of this logic needs to happen in there. So it would be really nice if there was a gameboard.erase method, right? So should Gameboard call erase? Right, exactly. So Gameboard should call erase on all method, right? But that's putting logic back into Gameboard, which is kind of the problem, right? In this, well, it was a problem. In this case, I mean, this is probably fine, but let's say this couldn't take in a Gameboard. I don't know how that's supposed to work, unless this takes in an eraser tool, but that's weird. That's really weird. I mean, it could, but that'd be weird. Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting layering thing. Gameboard doesn't care. I think the confusion is trains are in Gameboard. Yeah, maybe, but well, they would be anyway, wouldn't they? Because if Gameboard erase is going to call the trains erase, then it still has to access the train manager. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's not worry about that. This is a weird erase. Okay, what else? What else? What was I going to do there? There was something. Oh yes, happiness. Happiness. Yeah, getting the neighbors to reevaluate happiness without. Yeah, I probably should do that. I just need more managers. I mean, that's the solution, right? It's just more managers. Okay, so in fact, let's start again. Let's draw some tracks. And we'll draw some more tracks. And then I'll make that there. That's not happy. Very good. Although I didn't change that, so that's fluke. This shouldn't be happy. Oh, it is. Right, happiness needs to check connectedness. Yeah, okay. No, we definitely need a way to refresh happiness without refreshing state, without refreshing direction, which is kind of annoying because, well, because it just is. Because I don't currently have a method that does that. That's so weird how that works. Is that yellow or red? Or green? It was red. is yellow, and go. It's not going anywhere. Yeah. See those track updated methods? Here somewhere in some file that I've closed because I'm annoying. There we are. I hate these methods. I really wish they didn't exist. But now I actually need them, and I need them to do more. Because we now have... Well, no, so maybe we don't. Okay, maybe we don't. So what do they do? At the moment what they do is, as you're drawing, you create a track. Yeah, okay, let me go back. So as I'm drawing, if I click here, what happens is the track gets created, it calls the created method, which then says, right, what direction should I be? What direction should my neighbors be, etc. If this was done by the factory, no, it would still be the same thing, because the factory could say, well, you need to be vertical, but it has no way of saying, well, that needs to be a corner. So it would still have to pass on to its neighbors. And then the updated case is when you're drawing and you go down. And that says, hey, you should now be a T-intersection. And if the updated case didn't change neighbors, maybe the updated case doesn't need to change neighbors. That's a create. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think maybe this is solved when the factories do more, but I'm not sure. So let's have a look. Updated. What is updated? Well, like, you know what? Let's just try and see. So set best track direction. This ignores. So when you update, we ignore happiness. When you create, we don't ignore happiness. All right, let's change this to what is this? Only update happiness? Yeah, I don't like this at all. I don't know what it's doing. Let's see what this does. I think I have tests for this code, which is at least a minor consolation here. But it's been so long. Okay, so let's wait, start again. Okay. So we draw some tracks. And is happiness on? Okay, so nothing is working. Yep. Okay, I have broken the world. Excellent. Did I just get this wrong? Hang on. So when we updated, it's set to true. And so what I said was, if it's true, then don't... Oh. We want if it's false. Okay. I think this is right. We don't want to refresh our neighbors. Obviously, I need to rename this variable. So again, happiness. Okay. So this is working. This is good. This is good. This is good. We change this to... Nope, can't change that. We draw in some things. We change that to down. That should be not happy. And that should be happy. That's... didn't work. Okay. Three-way, and I've broken T intersections. And then if you do that, that should, yeah, I want that to reach happiness. Oh, hang on a minute. No, I didn't even change that code. Wait a second. Let's code for that. Layout here. Yeah, this is entity dot. I think, unless this thing does its neighbors. The problem is that happiness is only specific to tracks, so I don't want to put anything at this layout level because trees just don't care. Trees are always happy. So drawing works, T intersections don't. That didn't work. All right, let's debug this. I think that changing to a T intersection there should have worked. It should have updated its neighbor. Happiness. All right, let me just put this back. Okay, so I'm going to update this to a T intersection. Great. It is going to ignore happiness. It's going to do this even though we don't need it to. Its new direction is right down, left down. Its old direction is the same, so that wouldn't have done anything anyway. And then reevaluate happiness. Oh, only of itself. It doesn't reevaluate its neighbor's happinesses. Aha. Okay. This is so confusing. So this refresh neighbors is what we want to avoid doing. Okay, what happens if we just do this? Does that fix drawing? So yeah, this should fix drawing T intersections. I need my happiness. Okay, so this should fix this. Yep. Okay, that's cool. All right. Oh, whoa, what happened there? Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense. Oh, this is such a pain. So there was an example of, if we do this again, oh God, why can't I ever draw straight? Hang on a second. So we do this again. We draw very straight lines. Okay. So when I do this, no, not that. Wrong one. If I come in like this, so when I put a track there, it should change this to a T intersection and this to a corner. So this is the case where, well, sorry, when I drag that way, when I drag across to here. So this is the case where we do want to update our neighbor's direction when we're updating, but we don't want to when we're updating this way, which is very annoying. Yeah, okay, so there's really no option here then. I just have to introduce a new concept, which sucks, which is, yes, this updated is essentially updated as part of a replace. Oh, okay. No, there we go. We'll follow the pattern. So this is replaced. No, that's wrong. It's not replaced, it's replacing. It replaced something. There we go, we're calling it replaced. I have contorted myself enough. Okay, so down here in updated, we now have replaced. So we want to refresh our, no, we want to reevaluate happiness. We want to neighbors equals this dot get all neighbors. Yep. And then for each neighbor, we want to reevaluate. Hello? Did I not? Oh, I thought I added an enumerator here. Wow, I didn't. I could have sworn I added an enumerator. Is there an extension method for it? No, there isn't. Wow. Okay. I'm going to add one. I'm sure I wrote this code before. An odd sense of deja vu. No. Okay. Hey, wait, nope. All right, let's see if that works. In theory, this is the best of both worlds. And tree does not implement refreshed. I really hate these methods. I really do. Sucks. But I don't know. Does it suck? It feels like it sucks that these things have to know about infinite loop. No, I don't think so. But you could be right. No, reevaluate neighbors doesn't call its neighbors. Reevaluate happiness, I should say. It'd be nice if it did, but all right. So that's all good. They're all happy. Drawing is unaffected. I can draw down and across. That works. Excellent. Okay, so now if I change this to a corner, this should not be happy anymore. Yes. And if I change it back, awesome. Okay, that's not happy. That's that. That's not happy. Yes. Okay, this is working. Okay, this is great. I think this is done. That was surprisingly... That was easier than I thought. I honestly... Oh, actually removed. Removed. No, removed is still... No, removed works. Yeah, that was easier than I thought. That... Do I need to put anything in? Oh, and I don't need to... Actually, I can remove all that code that decides whether... That sets the signals to happy as well. Yeah, okay, that's wrong. I think this works. I was expecting to have to move a lot of code to the factory, but... I mean, I probably still should. Okay, let me just get rid of this. and see if this still works. Did I? Yeah, we reevaluate our own, that's right. Interesting. That should not be happy. That should not be happy. Why is that happy? Well, one way to find out. I mean, it's still pretty good. I don't imagine you would actually use this too much. And happiness doesn't actually matter much. In fact, you could argue with this change, happiness doesn't really matter at all because, I mean, well, happiness matters when you're drawing tracks. And with this, you can just fix them up again. All right, so let's make this vertical and let's reevaluate our happiness. We are happy if our neighbors... Oh, that should be get connected neighbors. I think. Happiness. We're only happy. Oh, this is if it can connect, not if it is connected. So this can connect. It can, but changing. That seems wrong. I have no idea what I'm going to break, but I'm going to break it because... So what's interesting is the get connected neighbors method didn't exist when this was written. So, oh, this is scary. We could be breaking a lot of stuff here, or this could all just work. Okay, so... But if this were... Yeah, that's better. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, that works. And drawing seems to work. Yeah, 180-day old code, exactly. And I do have tests, I think. This actually looks really nice. Oh, you know what I can do now? I can click here and not see what I'm doing. That's what I want. No, I can click here and I can make that explicitly one of them. Yes, yes. And I can go here and... Now, what is it? There's always one. There's one of these that's really hard to make. Oh, that's right. You do this. You go this way. And then now you're screwed. But now I just click. Yes, this is great. Okay, perfect. This is all working. I am kind of surprised, but pleasantly surprised. But still, kind of surprised. Oh, now there was an issue with... Oh, damn it. What was the bug? What was the bug with the train movement? Where... Oh, it's like this. If I change... Oops. If I change this track to vertical... No, this one worked. Okay, that one works. What was the... Oh, no. No, so I've got to go back in my stream and find out where the bug was. It was... No, it was a corner on top of a corner. So it was if I change this track, which I can't do now. If I change this track to be that. Oh, no. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, I'm going to play. No. What was it? We need to tune the bake rate. Oh yeah, sometimes they run into each other, sometimes they don't. It's... I don't even know. Sometimes they don't run into each other. Oh, what was the bug? Maybe if I change this to one of them. Nope. to one of them. Nope. Oh. I forget I need to put it back in a play mode to test. Okay, so it's not that. It's not that. It's not that. Track. Presumably this works. Yep. Oh, what was the bug? Oh, maybe it was this. Straight into a corner? No, that works. That works. It was definitely something. I remember there being a bug. One moment, I can fix this. That way. Oh, I like that I can fix tracks. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there was definitely a bug. I cannot remember what it is, and therefore I will not do anything about it. Was it this? He says not knowing whether the trains will ever end up there. Let's just put down another train. Nope, that's right. Oh, I know it was something. All right, never mind. I'm happy with that. I think that's quite good. We can actually, you know what? Now's even more argument to make these tracks have bumpers on them. That's for sure. All right, let's just. We want to get rid of the happiness things we did here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Black lines are disgusting. That's all working. That's, well, it probably needs to be fixed, but that's okay. All right, cross track. So, yeah, let's not worry about happiness. See, this is weird, right? Like, okay, how come I can make this track where it's a corner going nowhere? Why can't I make this into a crossroads where one of the arms doesn't go anywhere? Like, what's the difference? Should there be any filtering? I'm so torn by this. I really don't know what to do with this tool. I really don't know. This makes sense to me, but only half the time. And I mean, the theory is that I can just change this. Tick box up the top to show all. Oh, that's... Well... Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could have an advanced mode, but then is this tool not already advanced? I feel like there's this thing where you can either have an invalid track or you can't. And if you can have an invalid track, why is there only certain tracks you can make invalid? I don't... Oh, yeah, I really don't know. I'm gonna leave it because I have no idea. I need more user feedback. More dog fooding, please. Everybody, clone the repo. The thing. All right. Wow. Well, there we go. We did way more than I thought we were going to do tonight. That was good. Dog food. You've never heard the expression dog food? Eating your own dog food? Oh, you just want to use emotes. Okay. That's fine. Almost. That's cool. My favorite thing about this is that now there is nothing stopping me from adding the other type of T-intersection where it's straight or curved. Yeah. Out of curiosity, I mean, I assume none of these tests failed because they seem to. I mean, the drawing seems to work. have no idea what the coverage is like on these now. I'll probably just drop the coverage on these tests by factor of whatever. I really don't know what to do about wherever it is. This. All of these methods. There's 5 methods. There's got to be a better way. Oh yes, there would be a build failure on the test because there was a layout here. That really annoys me that VS didn't tell me that. I mean, this costs nothing to support, right? That was easy. Try get this isn't doing anything creative. Board. See, do I need to call replaced? Ugh. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I don't know. I don't know what to do about those 5 methods. I think there maybe just needs to be a new base class that, well, yeah, or static entity becomes an abstract base class. Actually, that'd do it. Static entity becomes an abstract base class. Those methods become virtual, and then that's it. Maybe. All right, 8 passed. Yeah, the tests look good. Oh, these are only performance tests. Okay, I can't remember what the performance tests do. what are they test again? Oh yeah, the timer. Okay. Well, those all passed. Okay, good. All right, I'm fine. I'm happy with that. I think that was way more productive than I thought I would be. I must admit. That's really cool. Where are all of those new classes I just added? Oh, they're not in there. They're in here. Yes. Yeah. So I wonder if this doesn't need its own track type anymore. I wonder if this could, like, if this is done. I was envisaging this would be new track types, and I was envisaging track direction would go the way of the Dodo, but I don't know if it works, right? Love the Trim, do you have any periods of no motivation? Oh, absolutely. You're basically looking at a period of no motivation right now. I am finding it hard to get motivated on this. No motivation at work, yes, absolutely. With remote working, it absolutely is a factor. That's weird. Sorry, some weird thing. Yeah, I do. Like today, I did a lot because this afternoon, I had to do a rather boring task, and by boring, I mean it wasn't coding. It's really hard, but essentially what I do is, well, if I find myself, like sometimes I'll find myself, I've been sitting here, not doing anything, staring at Twitter for half an hour or whatever, or just staring at a blank web page. The thing that works for me is essentially declare bankruptcy and go do something else. It is like, you've got to realize that, okay, I haven't done anything in a while. I'm probably like the next half hour is not going to be any different. So forget it. Sometimes that means go do something else, as in go do a different task. But sometimes for me, that just means go for a walk with the dog and, just as a change of scenery. Because for me, I find that if I'm not motivated, I will just stare at the screen and I can just lose a day. I don't know where it goes. It just goes somewhere. But that's kind of the only thing. The reason I did the task this afternoon, I really didn't want to, is essentially there's a deadline and it's Friday. So that's always a good motivator, is put things off to the last minute. No, that's terrible advice. Don't do that. Yeah, it's, I don't know. I think everyone has to find their own thing, but what works for me, yeah, is just basically declaring bankruptcy and say, right, go do something else. I might even just run to the supermarket if we need bread or milk or something, like, just to get out, a change of scenery, and a little bit of a pep talk on the way. So right, when you get back, just freaking do the freaking work. It seems to work for me, but yeah, I don't know. Your mileage may vary. The thing that, I guess the other thing I can say is talk to someone else, like tell someone on your team, hey, I'm struggling to do this, and having a conversation about it. Like if you can't get motivated because the initial start seems like this huge cliff to climb, then talking about it gives you an idea of where to start, or and obviously shared pain is reduced pain, so that's good too. But so that sort of sometimes works. Taking a few days off is a good idea, and if you're burnt out, that's a good idea. But the only risk with that, I guess, is if you're not, then you're going to come back and nothing will have changed. Like if it's that deep down you don't really want to do it, or you don't know how to start, or whatever it is, none of that will change. But it's not a bad thing, especially with everything that's going on in the world. Hey Jonas, how are ya? You just missed it. Just pushed the work, and the build is running. And now we're having a flood of questions though. So we're back here. Hang on, let me see if I can do this. Is this working? Oh, okay. Featured chat is not working for me, and that's annoying. Let me try one more time. Okay. No, it's still not working. All right. What was that? How do I differentiate junior, mid, and senior dev? That's a very tricky question. It's highly dependent on the context. So, for example, I am a senior developer, but I've only been on the Roslyn team since August. So when you're talking about most of the code in Roslyn, I don't know as much as a junior developer. So what does that mean, right? It's very weird, and it's very contextual and context sensitive. So like I'm a junior with respect to completion, but maybe I'm a middle of the road when it comes to language server protocol, just because of my experience, right? Like it's really hard. I think the biggest differences in terms of junior, senior dev that are applicable, like outside of the technical aspects, is just how to move forward when you're stuck. When you're a junior dev, you should not expect to have any kind of magical knowledge. If you're stuck, you're stuck. Whereas what you tend to learn as you get more senior and experienced, irrelevant of the technology you're experiencing with, is just how to move forward, different tricks, or when to recognize that you need to cut your losses and talk to someone, or you need to escalate it, or whatever it is. I think those sort of things is the things that only come with experience. So I guess they're the bigger factors, but yeah, I don't really love the term junior and senior devs, because it's just so highly subjective. Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better. That's good. You're supposed to learn Rust. Okay. I'm an ostrich when it comes to code. I put my head in the sand and I know .NET, and that's enough. I stick with C#. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out. And yeah, that was surprisingly productive. I'm looking forward to doing a new type of T-intersection, and then, well, I think so. with a new type of T intersection, what it'd let you do is build proper sidings. So coming out here and going back in there, for example. Right, this siding doesn't really work because once the train goes in here, it's stuck in a loop. If this was a vertical track mostly that then sometimes went off to the side, then it might be interesting, maybe, and this is probably getting way ahead of myself, but it might be interesting to put in, you know, a detection system. So when there's a train here, this flicks to straight and this train goes off into here, or I don't know. That's, yeah. I don't know how that's going to work. But definitely we need the other type of T intersection before we can even think about it. So maybe that's the next thing. But probably shouldn't be, because there's probably a billion bugs I should fix instead. Like that one, for example, where I can't see the screen. But geez, Turing complete trains. It's tempting. It's very tempting. Maybe some rocks as well. Oh dear. All right. Anyway, thank you very much for hanging out. I will leave you to ponder Turing completeness in trains, and I will catch you next time.